Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of more advanced work. You don't need to know this skill right away when you start driving, but it'll become very helpful as you learn more. So don't worry if this sounds a little bit more confusing. As you drive, you can get used to driving where you don't really need to shift down gears until you have more experience. But the idea is the engine will be revving higher than it is in the gear you're in when you shift down a gear. And because of that, what you want to do is actually kind of kick the gas pedal when you make the shift down. So what I'm going to do is shut off the motor here, and I'm going to show you on the pedals first what it looks like. Then we'll go do it out on the road, and you'll kind of see what the dashboard does. So let's pretend that we're driving along here in fourth gear. And again, like we talked about earlier, our foot's off the clutch pedal. And in this case, put on the parking brake. In this case, our foot be on the gas. And we're ready to go for a lower gear. And again, as before, I'll start with the pedals, and then the shifter is pretty easy. It's just moving from one gear to the next. So what you'll do is, you're ready for the lower gear. As with the upshift, you're going to push in the clutch pedal and simultaneously take your foot off the gas. And then, as that happens, what you're going to do is gently move the gear to your next lower gear. So now we're in third. And while that's happening, you're going to have been kicking the gas, kicking it down gently once. So the idea is that the lever's in fourth here when we start the shift, and the motor is turning a slow speed. And what we need to do is get the engine turning at the right speed for the lower gear. And notice how when we shift up, the engine speed slows. When you shift down, the engine speed increases. And that's, of course, the whole idea of shifting down the gears. That's what you want. So it'll be driving along, clutch pedal in, ready to move the shift lever. As I'm going to move the shift lever, I'm going to kick the gas. I'm exaggerating the motion here in the video. So you're going to hit the gas so the engine revs up. And while that's happening, your hand is moving to the lower gear. And when it falls into the next lower gear, again, move the shift lever gently. Let the car talk to you about how fast it wants the lever to move. You'll feel it kind of at the right speed. And then when it goes in the next lower gear, while keeping the engine revs up, you'll gently let the clutch out. So I'll do the whole sequence one more time real quick. I'm in fourth gear. I'm driving along. Clutch in. Kick the gas. Lever goes to third. Engine's still revving up a little bit. Gently let the clutch out, and you stay on the gas. And then, of course, you can let off the gas if you're trying to slow down. Maybe that's why you wanted to shift down. All right, let's try that out on the road and see if it can make more sense. Again, don't worry if this part is kind of like, what the hell? This is something that will come a little more easily with time and more experience.